Hello and welcome back. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to use AOB injection to become invincible. That means your health will never decrease. So let's start the game. Now we attach to it. And then we select the game, single player, bot, deathmatch, bed, 4 players, and desert 3. So now we scan for our health and go and get some damage so that we can identify the address for the health. Okay, so now we scan for 52 and we got the address of the health. Now we are going to right click and find out what accesses this address. So let's go and walk around and take some more damage or inflict some damage. Okay, so now we got this. This is what subtracts your health. SUB is for subtract. So now we are going to show this in this assembler. We can stop the debugger. And then in here, we right click on this. We want to find out this health is being subtracted from which entity. Now, this subtraction is not just for the player. It is for all, including the bots. So we can find out who the addresses are, what the addresses are by right clicking this and find out what addresses this instruction accesses. Okay, so we got one address. Let's go look for some more others. Alright, now we have 3. We have to find out which one is ours. So let's take some damage. We are 40. So our health reduced 40, so this is us. So we can right click and tag this group 1 and the other 2 bots, right click and tag them as group 2. Okay, now we can right click and do a scan for commonality. Okay, right, they are dead, so let's respawn and do another scan, like double click EBX and scan. So it asks you to save it somewhere. You can save it on the desktop, game hacking, click save. Alright, so now it has scanned and the blue is the player and the red are the bots. So we can use this one to differentiate between us and the bots. And this offset 28C4, or we can use this one, right? Our value is 0 and the rest is some weird number. So anything that can differentiate us from the bots, see 0, 0, 0. The others, the bots are not having 0. So let's say we choose the easy one. We can take this offset 6, or we choose this one 0, 28C and 1C. Okay, so how do we use this to differentiate us from the bots? We can close this now and stop this and close this as well. So to differentiate us from the bots, this is how we do it. We are going to write the script now. So click on tools, make sure you select this one. This is where the health is being decreased. We want to inject code here. Instead of doing this, we are going to inject our own code in here. So click on tools and then go down to auto assemble and click on template and select AOB injection, click OK. Click OK. So what we are going to do is we are going to do a comparison using these pointers. RBX plus 28C plus 1C, like this. So we're going to use this to compare. We are supposed to do something like this and compare it with whether the value is 0. If the value is 0, you are supposed to, that means we are the player. So we're supposed to jump to return, because we don't want to inflict damage on our health. So, but if it's not the player, then we want to jump to the code, which is over here, and deduct the health. However, we cannot write this syntax inside the script. We have to modify this to become a few lines. So we comment this out. So we can use this as our reference. RBX plus 28C plus 1C. Okay, so in order to do this, first we have to make use of the RAX register. Now the R in front means it's 64-bit program. If it's 32-bit program, it will be EBX. So we are going to move the value of RBX plus 28C to RX first, temporarily, and then we're going to move to RX, the second offset, RX plus 1C. Okay, the reason why we do this is because we can't use RBX. RBX is being used in the rest of the program. But RX is temporary, we can use RX register. So here, we copied out the address inside RBX plus 2C, which is the first offset 0, and store it in RX. And then we take RX, add to the second offset 1C. So RX is having the original address from here. So we leave the RBX address intact. We don't damage it, because if we damage it, it will cause the program to crash. But we can temporarily copy it out to RX and use RX to do the offset calculations. So now in the second line here, we get the second offset address and copy to RX. But at the second offset, the actual value is being stored here, 0. The first offset stores the address of the second offset, but the second offset doesn't store address, it stores actual values. So here, by the time you reach here, RX will have the actual value of the data, which is 0. But because RX is 64-bit register, we have to use a different command, MOV-ZX, to zero out the higher bits. If you don't put ZX, then RX will have a strange number at the top, higher bits, although it has 0 at the bottom. And then when you go to the next line to compare, it will fail. So for example, if you are doing a comparison, you will do it something like this, compare to where it is 0. So that's the reason why you need to zero out the higher bits, so that all of it will be 0. So here you're comparing RX is 0. If RX is 0, that means it is the player. And if it is the player, you are going to jump to return instead of going to reduce the health. But if RX is not 0, then you straight away come to this line, because this will fail, and jump to code and reduce the health of the enemy. So this is how it works. Okay, one final check. The offset we are getting is RBX 28C plus 1C. But we cannot write in this form. We have to do it in multiple lines. So we temporarily copy out RBX plus 28C, which is an address, into a register, RX. Then we can now use the RX register to calculate the second address when it is added with the offset 1c. So when we get this one, we will get an address, but we want the value stored there, which is 0. So we put a bracket here to extract the value, and then we zero out the higher order bits. We can assign this to the currency table and close this. And we can maybe give it a label. We'll copy this command here and put it here so that we know that we are making use of this offset. Alright, so now we respawn our character and activate the script so that our health will not go down. Let's test it out. Let's walk into a battle. Okay, let's take this and throw the grenade. See whether we can get damage. Alright, seems to be working. Looks like we are immune. Invincible. Okay, so looks like it's working. Our health doesn't go down. Let's look for an enemy and try to get shot. Okay, you see, he's shooting at us, but we are not receiving any damage. Looks like it's working. Yes, but we can clean. So it's working. Alright, so now the script is able to differentiate between the player and the character. And let's try another one. Okay, we just got shot. Alright, looks like we won this match. Alright, so this is how it works. So now we can use the script in our game. This is how you write script to differentiate between yourself and the enemy. Right, you need to do this. Otherwise, if you just comment out this one, then all the enemies will also be invincible. Alright, because this code applies to every player, not just the player but the enemy as well. So we have to use this code to differentiate whether we are the player or whether we are the enemy. That's why we are doing all this. Okay, so that's all for this lesson. Thank you for watching. Before that, remember to save this script. Save as, go to game hacking, call this assault cube -4 and click save. There should be a dot in the back. Okay then, thank you.